let's talk about travel. That's much less controversial. And only travel if absolutely necessary. That's the warning if you're in the M25 area. Advice has been given to thousands of drivers following another unprecedented closure of one of the busiest, or is it the busiest motorways in the country, the M25.
It is ridiculous. Once again, the 5-mile stretch in Surrey between junctions 9 and 10 are now shut until 6 a.m. on Monday, causing delays and a 19-mile diversion.
Well, this is the first scheduled daytime shutdown of all lanes on the M25 since it opened back in 1986.
Well, joining us now is travel correspondent for The Independent, the legend, Simon Calder. Simon, welcome to the show.
He's out on location as well already.
Dependable. You know this guy is always going to be in the right location. Simon, the nightmare returns. Part 2 is back. It's going to be chaotic for drivers. Tell us, how bad is it going to be?
Well, Martin and Isabel, first of all, thank you for those interesting insights just now. I think it is very good that we talk about traffic this time in the morning. So, OK, the M25, as you say, the world's busiest, sorry, not necessarily the world's busiest motorway, but it just sees an incredible amount of traffic, in particular about 10 miles from here. And the reason I've chosen this location, I'm in Tolworth, which is in the southwestern part of Greater London. That's because this is the key intersection of that diversion route. And as a truck obviously just roaring past, there's been quite a lot of actually Eastern European trucks going past. And that's typical because they don't necessarily know, because they haven't been paying attention, understandably, that there's been massive close down of this crucial stretch of motorway. Last time, and we're going back to March, they managed to close a stretch of the motorway and it didn't have too much of an effect. And they say, well, that was because everyone paid attention. You might recall the guy in charge told everyone, decorate the bathroom that weekend, don't go out. And they seem to have paid attention to that. The big worry today and tomorrow, and this continues until 6 a.m. on Monday morning, is that people will just think, well, it was fine last time, so we won't change our plans. If that were to happen, it would be quite messy, not least because they're saying, go by other forms of transport. And you think, OK, well, I will go from London to Portsmouth by train then. Which you can't do because there's engineering works.
Oh, don't tell me that. That's how I'm supposed to be getting home.
Right, there you go.
I couldn't work out my best route today because it was one, you know, which way was worse, frankly, with the M25 closures and the train problems. Oh, well, that's something to look forward to. So what are they up to on the M25, Simon, and why are they deciding to do it in the daytime? Surely they could do this stuff under cover of darkness.
Yes, they're basically replacing a bridge or putting in a bridge at a gantry. And those could be done at night. And actually, we've had overnight closures fairly regularly in a number of parts of the M25 over the decades since it opened. The big problem is that you spend typically half the night moving the stuff in, and you've got half the night moving the stuff out. And as a result, that's going to Nuremberg, by the way, I think. As a result of that, the valuable time for actually doing anything is reduced. There's also concerns about worker safety. And so they've taken this unprecedented step, and there's going to be 3 more of these in the rest of the year. They just say it's much better. And if you warn everybody in advance, then it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Although, of course, we're here crucially at the halfway point between Heathrow and Gatwick Airport, the 2 busiest airports in the UK. And lots of people trying to get between the 2 of them.
Simon, one thing that leapt out at me is a bit of a nightmare. The 19-mile diversion goes past Chessington, World of Adventures. There'll be loads of parents in the backs of cars with their kids, been there, got the T-shirt, complete nightmare, gridlock, trying to get in and out of there. Is there any way around that, short of being airdropped in?
Look, it's a really good point. And actually, yeah, I know you will have your helicopter on standby when you're off the air. But the crucial thing is that a lot of people are going to be following their sat-nav for the diversion. And that's wrong, because if you've got a car which doesn't qualify for the emissions levels that are required by ULEZ, the ultra-low emissions zone, then you are going to be okay, because I'm well within the ULEZ here. You're going to be okay as long as you stick to the diversion route. But if you think, oh, Chessington World of Adventure, I'll just nip off down here, then suddenly you're liable for £12.50 if your car is not exempt the charge.
Great. So you're charged for the privilege of sitting in gridlock. Wonderful. Something to look forward to this absolute heat wave of a weekend. Simon Calder, thanks very much indeed for risking your life on a roundabout for us there. I hope you're okay and see you again soon.
Mowed down by a Polish truck.
Well, hope not.